All right, let's go see that match. Okay, so that was actually like not a crazy upset. So Marsh was the 3rd seed of the pool and Jake was the 2nd seed of the pool. Still 3-1. Marsh is
I think Jake was like 18th seed. Marsh was roughly 40th or 30th.
Is
something?
Marsh a
Meat Brawler?
Is he? I thought he was a Inkling player.
No, it's Meat Brawler.
So now we're gonna have a heater. We're gonna have GDL probably versus Jake. I can't imagine Jemmy beating Jake.
I mean, I honestly thought it was kind of like only like slight issue I have with Jake losing there. I wanted to see him beat Solar. Because he like almost 100% would have beaten Solar.
You think?
Yeah, because the number 2 player in his region's Bismarck.
Okay,
actually, number 1 player in his region might be Bismarck right now, actually, which is a Bowser. Probably, like, if Solar's not the best Bowser in Canada, it is Bismarck.
Okay, all right.
And I lost to Bismarck at Battle Z, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
all
good.
right. So we're starting game 1, and Sherlock is actually starting with the Zelda. I really wasn't expecting that. So Sherlock's been playing a ton of Bayo recently. And I would have thought this would just be another one of those Mayo matchups, but maybe he is thinking about that E-Man angle, where obviously MindReader has that experience against Bayo, so he doesn't want to risk it.
Yeah, maybe. And actually, well, no, Eric's already told me too. Actually, because he lost to MindReader at the last Tri-City, I think, or maybe a couple Tri-Cities ago. I don't know. And I actually asked him about. I asked him about that, and he was like, Bayo against projectile characters is still like really hard for me, but Zelda's like this, just gimmick versus gimmick, and he understands it a lot more.
Yeah, Zelda's kind of like this iron wall, but she's like really not good. She's like an iron wall archetype, but like none of her moves are like that good at keep away. Oh, yeah. Take that back.
But she can anti-zone, basically.
Yeah.
Like a little bit.
She has good anti-zoning because she's got that reflector that's obviously very good. She's got Phantom. It does look a little bit hard to set up Phantom in this matchup. A lot of the times, wow, catching him sleeping a little bit. Gets the early release there and it hits Eric. And yeah, that Phantom, it's so far a lot of the times when he's tried to summon it outside of just like when MindReader was off stage, MindReader was just clipping him with a Chakram or something, getting rid of it. So, but it's looking really good this first game for Eric so far, for Sherlock there.
Yeah, I mean, actually, wait. No, never mind. I thought Eric was in the Solar pool for a second. I was like, wait a second. Eric does really good against Solar. Like, that's the one player he gets good and like does really, really good against. I was like, could you imagine if he beats MindReader and then beats Solar and winner side top 48? Oh, that'd be so sick for Sherlock. But
that'd be sick for the people.
For the people, like the people's champ.
The people need a Sherlock top 32 finish.
Yeah, no, straight up.
Okay, getting a nice little ledge trap started here, and yeah,
I knew it. Yeah,
that's
such a good move.
Basically a checkmate there, because Zelda's got that same kind of ledge grab problem that other teleport characters have.
Yeah, and also couldn't really delay the recovery a little anymore.
No,
so.
couldn't go from above to avoid the 2-frame, couldn't go over. Was really just stuck there. Wow, MindReader got a lot of discipline there on that shield. Did not drop it early.
Yeah, and I think if you have a disciplined shield, you're going to do really well against Zelda. I mean,
yeah.
Like once you get past like Zelda's like moves that are like test your shield discipline, she is nothing of a character, honestly.
Yeah, Zelda really doesn't have too much going for her, honestly.
So wait, why are people talking about like Little Mac as like the second worst character in the game and not like?
It's Zelda. It's gotta be like Zelda, yeah.
Low-key Zelda. Like, who does Zelda actually beat besides, like, some random heavy, like, Bowser?
You want to hear some facts? You know Zelda is not a good character because me Swordfighter looks like a good character right now.
Yeah.
And this is also a character who's in contention to be, like, one of the worst. And we're like, dang, Zelda kind of struggles in this matchup. It's like, yeah.
It's like, man, Zelda's just getting out-tiered right now.
By me Swordfighter.
Out-tiered.
It's like, wow, we're just getting tear-gapped right now. What is going on?
Man, but Eric should play a better character like me Swordfighter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I don't think Zelda's good.
No. So Sherlock actually was playing pretty good at the start of that game.
Yeah, I agree,
It just looks like MindReader kind of figured it out a little bit in that second half. He got that second stock before Sherlock did, and he kind of just ran away with it. So Zelda can't really get... She kind of struggles to kill outside of like getting those lightning kicks, you know, and you're not always going to be getting them, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and people talk about it too. Or, like I've heard a little bit of PEI, people talk about it. Low-key, MindReader plays me Swordfighter like a fast faller. Like he's Fox.
Yeah, I agree. He plays him really fast. He doesn't really play him like a projectile character, which is kind of how he is meant to be played.
Like my me Swordfighter is campy. Like I mean, like I'll do that same thing except like I mean, Eric doesn't approach me. I don't know what he's doing, but, you know, like he ran across the stage as Zelda and tried to grab. It's like, well,
you know why? It's because every time he tries to summon Phantom, MindReader's hitting him out of it every time. So, you know, it's, oh, nice jump catch, and now no jump. Something that I feel people really don't do enough is like really push MindReader when he's in disadvantage. This character has terrible disadvantage. Terrible. Especially if you don't spend your up B slot as like a recovery up B. You spend it like to get that killing up B like he did. He has terrible disadvantage, you know? Like he basically only has air dodge and counter. Used his counter, you know? If you bait out the counter, you're golden, you know? And I tell people from PEI this all the time. I'm like, man, why don't you guys just like wait for the counter? Or like wait, you know? You'd be good. But they're like, oh, but you know, if the counter hits, it does so much damage and knockback. It's like, man, exactly, wait out. But yeah, Eric, Sherlock getting that first kill there really early with a back throw. Like,
yeah, this team's looking good again.
Sometimes you forget that Zelda has like really strong throws because she never gets close enough to grab you.
I'm never scared of getting grabbed by Zelda, to be honest.
You never think about getting tri-state twisted by Zelda.
Yeah, yes!
Nice,
oh, that was so good.
Nice.
That was so good.
And that move is frame 6 out of shield.
Yep.
Frame 6.
And call out that MindReader's safest move is back air at -4.
So if you're getting hit by a move on shield and it's not back air, let her rip, you know?
Let her rip.
And a lot of the times, MindReader isn't doing an aerial into shield, he's just doing an aerial into a tilt. So you have even more frames on top of that to get that move. So a lot of the times, you can just rip it, you know? But yeah, super good for Sherlock. A lot of the times, I know that he doesn't love going for up B just because it could be a bit inconsistent if you DI it, like the first hit. And also, it's kind of hard for Zelda to like react and do the follow-up. But you know, if you get it like that, like as an out-of-shield option, obviously it's really hard to DI. You know, you can work something special. It actually kills pretty early.
Hey, MindReader just wants to shoot projectiles. You just spam counter or reflector.
Yeah,
Come on, Eric, you have a reflector.
I don't think he knows. I think he only thinks of it as a move that is like a 7-hit move on shield, you know? Like he's only
he's just thinking about it for shield pressure at all, but it's like, you know, he's only being thrown projectiles against. He actually has this in his toolkit.
Like melee players, they forget that shine is like a reflector because they're just using it for everything. But,
they're using it as like a, you know, as like a jab.
Yeah. Oh, wow, gets a full charge, and MindReader jumping over it, you know? Eric's got to be ready for that, going for an up air. Zelda's actually got fantastic moves to deal with those specific situations, you know? Yeah. Zelda's kit is basically fully optimized to deal with people getting around Phantom. You know, all of her moves help her in that regard. But Eric, you know, not fully capitalizing.
That did like 30%. Maybe it did do 50%. I'm not even too sure what percent he was at before that, but I think that did like 30%.
I'd like to see some reflectors on these projectiles, though, for sure.
Oh, the tornado was going to hit. GG's.
No!
Sucks,
and
man.
There, he had a jump still. He had a lot of time where he could have delayed. He really just gave away that game by up being early.
Yeah, that's tragic, man.
That neutral B is so reactable on me Swordfighter's behalf. Like, look at this. Still has his jump.
Like, he could have air dodged that. Like,
and he did it that high. He totally could have waited longer. He totally had so much counterplay. He could have even jump reflectored.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like
no,
he
could have.
He had so many opportunities. Like, obviously, jump reflector is a bit risky, but he didn't even do any safe option. He kind of picked like the absolute worst thing to do there.
Like, it was just a lazy recovery.
It was. That is really it.
Like,
it was just lazy.
That's the word to say. It was just a lazy recovery.
Just lazy.
And he wasn't even looking at MindReader. Like, he's getting hit by all these projectiles. That chakra max distance is reactable.
Oh,
that tornado half max distance is That tornado close range is probably reactable.
Oh, yeah. It's so slow. Everything me Swordfighter has is basically reactable, honestly.
Yeah, tornado's so slow. Zelda should be able to up B through it on reaction. Straight up. So, kind of disappointed.
Nice, got it.
There, but
that was actually super smart because Sherlock didn't have his air dodge because he already used it. So he basically had to reflect that one, and he did. So, you know, worst comes to worst, he remembers his toolkit.
That back air does not sweet spot, unfortunately. Oh, time it. Thank you. Oh, grab him.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a grab there. Even like a down air out of shield or something. Because, you know, Sherlock is not very good at hitting those sweet spots on the lightning kicks. So I would like to see something else from him.
I mean, I feel like we just got to teach like Eric how to like react a little bit better.
Those old man reactions. Wow, that Phantom covered that.
Like some of this is not even like old man reaction time. Some of this is like literally like I don't think he's just looking.
Got to look at your opponent, yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch your opponent. It seems a little silly, but I mean, I feel like he's just watching himself too much.
Yeah, wow, gets back into a shield. So MindReader is catching him out of Phantom so often that a lot of the time Sherlock starts charging. If he knows that MindReader is close, he just rips it early, and he's getting punished for that. Like, he got countered for it earlier. There, he got back out of a shield, you know, like, and yeah, MindReader, you know, taking advantage of it.
He could have up aired there, but he did not react to him falling out.
Yeah, kind of a weird spot to up air there, though.
Oh, very true.
But yeah, I agree. Totally should have went for an up air, not a forward air or a back or whatever he went for. Yeah, MindReader kind of running away with this game at this point. Zelda has trouble killing, honestly. You have to hit like those super finicky sweet spots. You have to hit, you know, like a setup or something, or a back throw or an up throw.
Or
like,
honestly, if you're Zelda, just go for dash attacks.
Yeah.
What's me Swordfighter gonna do out of shield against it? Uppy? That's it. Me Swordfighter just has uppy, and that's only MindReader's uppy. It's not mine.
Yeah. If you don't have that up B, you have really bad out of shield options with me Swordfighter.
It's frame 13 up smash. That's all you got.
Ooh, almost dies. Ooh! Doesn't have a jump.
Doesn't have a jump.
Wow, makes it back. That recovery goes really far.
Never mind. I underestimated that recovery.
I wasn't sure. You said that he was going to die. I was like, I'm not sure. I've seen Zelda make it back from pretty far.
Well, I was thinking like me Swordfighter recovery, and I was like me Swordfighter and Zelda, like the one I use, that goes about the same range. But no, never mind. Zelda beats me Swordfighter by a mile in that recovery.
Yeah. Wow, why not just up B there? He did another neutral B and he got killed for it. Kind of surprised.
Yeah, I think he's just trying too much to guess what MindReader's doing and not enough just like.
There's a lot of like guaranteed stuff that he's missing out on in return for like going for like these weird like reads, you know? Like what's that?
Like what is that? Yeah.
You could just grab him there.
Like you think MindReader's gonna like short hop at the Phantom?
Yeah, like that only that only covers like roll, but like, you know, the Phantom's coming at you. You can't roll. Kind of surprised, but yeah.
Yeah, I do want Sherlock to win this, but it's hard to have faith in him now. Down 2-0. MindReader playing like MindReader's playing pretty well though.
Pretty solid, yeah. I would agree. And that's gonna kill, eh? Ooh.
Yeah.
Killed super early. Yeah. You gotta DI that down throw and you gotta mash air dodge because, you know, with that up B, it doesn't have a good recovery, but in return you got a pretty decent kill move. Yeah.
You get some cheese. Well, props to MindReader. That was good.
Yep. So I believe he's guaranteed
top 48.
Top 48 loser side at least. And now he's going to be up against Squidney